Hi and welcome again. So I noticed day 8 is ready now on TryHackMe. So let's look at what this is all about. So first of all, it's a special by John Hammond. If you don't know who John Hammond is, he's a guy that does kind of the same thing as I'm doing on YouTube. He just does it and have been doing it for a longer time. And he also is a really good guy trying to help the community by introducing cybersecurity as free stuff on YouTube. So he created this room called Santa's Bags of Toys. Now I've been looking it through just a few times. This is a pretty long room. Let me just scroll down a bit here, and this browser should probably just maximize it. There we go. So it's a pretty long room with many answers compared to the other rooms. Now if we just scroll up again and read the actual introduction text, it tells that please note the video walkthrough uses the in-browser access to complete the room. The instructions in the task are slightly different and make use of a text box, so on and so on. So let's start by deploying the machine. From what I understand, the machine deployed is not exactly the same as the machines we are used to. So let's see if we can get it open in a few minutes. Alright, so the machine is up. The thing we're going to need to do in this room is to scroll up to the top of the tasks, and there's a button called Show Split View. Now if you click that, your machine is being initialized. Use the tag box to attack machines and so on. Now this is of course a very small window, so what I think we should do is just to wait until it's done loading, and then we're gonna get back to this video. Alright, so the machine is booted up, and basically I just clicked it. I did nothing. This is a Windows machine, as we can see. I haven't written anything, I haven't put any credentials into login. It's basically just a split window. Now this is very small, so we can view in full screen in the other tab. And I'm gonna then on this tab exit my split view and use this browser on the other side, the other tab, if you wish to say like that, as the one with the story and the text, and the other browser over here is gonna be the Windows machine. So please note that this machine is not tied to the internet. I think I read it down below just somewhere while scrolling through to look at what did we have today for our exercise. So I think it's something like, let's just verify. Of course, and I cannot find it when I need to find it. Let's just do it one more time. Maybe I even scrolled through it. I don't know. Let me just type in the word internet. Yeah. Note that the TryHackMe Windows Analysis machine does not have internet access, so you will need to explore it in your own web browser. So if there's anything we need to explore in a browser, which, you know, I kind of guess there is, since they they tell us this. Anyways, this task is very different. This is not web exploitation. This is not hacking. This is more like analysis, looking through files. I have been to the same course as John Hammond have. It's a SANS course. I think it's called 500 F500. It's a forensics course. So looking through the files and the text here, it reminded me, oh, I think this is about forensics. So let's see if I'm right. McSkitty was notified of some terrible news. Santa's laptop, which is to prepare his bag of toys for Christmas, is missing. Dum dum dum. We believe a minion at the Grinch Enterprise stole it, but we need to find out for sure. It is up to determine what actor compromised the laptop and recovers Santa's bag of toys. Unfortunately, the best festival company had minimal monitoring tools on Santa's laptop. He's the boss after all, so yeah, that's very normal. All we have to work with are some PowerShell transcription logs. We were able to remotely recover just after it went missing, so we can find the logs on Santa's laptop in the desktop. So let's see the desktop, Santa's laptop. I guess that would be the folder, and it looks like these are the transcription logs. So let me sort these. So we have the very first one, the 28th of November 2021, 6:35, 36, 48, 56, and yes, so this is going to be in the correct order. I'm going to go back to the window again. Let's continue with this interesting machine. If you aren't familiar with PowerShell Transcription Logs, okay, so I'm gonna admit it, I am not a PowerShell guy. I'm not really that Windows-ish type of guy either. However, I do know a lot about Windows forensics and different things, so that might even help me a lot in this particular room. While you do not have to use these commands for tasks, entering administrative mode, so you can read about different things and large database. Yeah, basically they talk about the Windows registry is a large database containing a lot of information and artifacts, which is going to be, I guess, some things we need to look at very soon. If you're interested in learning more about forensics, Windows fundamentals, there's a room here in TryHackMe. I kind of suggest you go and do that. Note that for this task you will interact with the Windows virtual machine to perform your analysis. For the sake of storyline, this is not Santa's laptop, rather you have sample files that I recovered before the laptop was stolen. Alright then. Answer the question if you want to, blah blah. So no answers needed. Press complete. If you want to IDP into the machine, start the text box, and then you can, yeah. I'm not really gonna do that. I'm happy enough with the split window. It's fine. I like it. It's okay. The speed is definitely okay to me. It's not something I'm gonna use for rendering or something or loading a lot of stuff. It's just for this particular small room. Each transcription log is a simple plain text file you can open in any editor. So it's plain text. Open the first transcription log. You can see the commands and output. Who am I? System info. What operating system is Santa's laptop running? Now this is Windows, and if I'm gonna guess something here, it probably say Microsoft Windows 10 or 11. And the letters afterwards suggest it's a Pro, not a Home, because that's 4 letters, right? Anyways, let's look at the log file. Open the first one, double clicking it. It's opening in Notepad, it seems. Let me just make this a little less in size. It's very large. Let me just see if I can make it a little less in size. So we have our first transcription log. Basically we can see commands like who am I, and we're Santa. System info, so we are like on a host laptop. The operating system is Microsoft Windows 11 Pro, which is gonna be our first answer for the quiz here. So I'm gonna paste that in, and no. Copy pasting is one of the finest arts in the galaxy, and it's still something that really troubles me a lot. Maybe I cannot copy paste in this to this. I could. I'm gonna submit it, which is a correct answer. Alright, so review each transcription log to get an idea for which activity was performed on the laptop just after it went missing. In the second transcription log, it seems as if the perpetrator created a backdoor user account. What was the password set to the new backdoor account? Okay, so what was the password set for the new backdoor account? What was the password set for the new backdoor account? Alright, so let's look at the second transcription log. I'm just going to close it down and take the second one ordered in date, of course. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to scroll down a bit and let's see. It says net local group. I'm not a Windows man. Let's see, net user Santa, and the password would be Grinch stole Christmas. That's the password. So I'm gonna right click and copy many times, put it in and say that is probably the answer. Well, the reason that I kind of knew this so fast is that it did say net user, which is a command to I think it's creating or putting, I'm not really sure, but I think it's creating the account Santa with a 4 instead of an A. Alrighty then. In one of these transcription logs, the bad actor interacts with the target under the new backdoor user account and copies a unique file to the desktop. Before it is copied to desktop, what is the full path of the original file? Well, let's go back to the machine and just quickly scroll down and see, is there any copy going on? Not in this file. I'm gonna open the third transcription log and just quickly, oh, it's a lot of stuff going on here. So let's see. Now, who am I? CD, a copy, and a path. I'm gonna take this as the answer because it is something they did copy. Gonna put it in. Wow. So the user class.dat is a system artifact on Windows machines, and that file is usually not displayed whenever we are using the dir command or dir command on a Windows machine. So you need to force that with the -force argument for the command dir. The actor uses a living of the land binary lol bin to encode this file and then verifies it succeeded by viewing the output. What is the name of this lol bin? Alrighty then. So if we're opening this link here, we are getting the it opens lolbash binary cert util.exe binary for handling certificates. Does it just give us the answer? Let me just wait a minute. Like, this is the answer? Okay. So I kind of looked at the answer. You know, if it didn't help us with the dots, I'll probably look a bit more. But I guess just opening it kind of tells me that the third cert util exe file. So they asked me so which binary file then they use to verify it succeeded by viewing the output file. So let's just go to the virtual machine and see if we can scroll down and kind of see that there is something here also called third util, which is encode, and Yeah, it seems like this is the correct answer, so that's the answer for the question. Really good. Alright, so the user class was filed encoded with base64, which thankfully you can decode and recover the original user class.file. Alright, base video encode contains between the certificate begin and end certificate markers. With the transcription log, with CyberChef, which you can locally copy on the desktop for analysis machine. Alright, so let's go. The file can be used to aid in investigation. The user class contains shellbacks, and shellbacks, by the way, is another artifact word in Windows Forensic that means you can see how folders were interacted with, opened, and who opened them, when opened, when was they opened, and so on. So whenever you see the word shellback, it's a very interesting artifact name, but it's about folders. So to extract and this and that, they want to use this program called Shellback Explorer. So read the above, open Shellback Explorer application in your phone desktop. So let's go to the machine and go to the Shellback Explorer folder, and let's open the Shellback Explorer program. I've been using this program in the past, so let's see if they changed something about it. Did I actually open it? Let me just try again. So it's gonna take a while, it seems. Alright. And they even gave us a shortcut for CyberChef. Now, this machine doesn't have internet access, so I'm kinda curious if this would work. Now, it seems that I'm slowly killing the virtual machine because so this is yeah. Let me just get back to the virtual machine. Can I do that in a special way? There we go. So we uploaded. No, so we started the encounter the problem. I'm gonna stick to having one of them open. Yes. So now we open the Shellback Explorer program, and basically what we're gonna do now is to load some file. Let me just see what the exercise. No answers needed. Click correct. With Shellback Explorer, exit open. Use the top bar. Load offline hive. Now, and navigate to the location of where you save the decoded user class.dat, loaded in user class.dat file, and begin to explore. So we haven't really done all these things, but just load the active, no, not the active, the offline hive. Load offline hive. And this is really slow at the moment. Wow. I wonder if this is ever going to react. So let's just close these things down and go back to the window, and they told us to do something like what was it? Well, I saved the decoded user class.file. Okay, so they want me to use so extract Shellback Explorer, and we need to find this. We need to find this file. So we do have the path. So basically what I did is I'm gonna take the path from my answers because this is how I do it. And I'll take this and let's just see. Oh, I cannot do that. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go back to the machine and let's just open the, I think it's the second transcription log. Now this is some of the reasons that I'm not that fond of, you know, Windows Forensics, because there's so many files and artifacts to mind all the time. Let me just see if we can find it again. This is where the file was, so let's go to this particularly. So they copied it to the desktop, and on the desktop they have the file. So let's see if we can verify. Do I have a command or anything? I do not have a command. I do have a command. Does it work? It does. So let's look at the, it says something like Santa. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's my bad. I keep forgetting we are not on the actual machine. This is a virtual machine. So, if I'm not mistaken, we should have the. Where is it? So let's look what they want us to do again. Let me just close this. It's confusing a bit because of we have all our files on the virtual machines, but the files on the virtual machines is not originating from the virtual machine. There's another one, but we're using the virtual machine in Windows. So they want us to take the data from user class.dat. Is there a chance that, let's just open one of the files. No. Oh, this is really large. Okay, so let's chance dump the content of that file to the screen. Type Santa.dat. Yeah, they encoded it and renamed it. Yeah, it's just me. So we need to take all this data in between the begin certificate to the end certificate, like they say here. So yeah, I am just a little bit tired, so we're gonna scroll all the way down to the last A's and copy that, and then we need to open this cipher shift thing, and they told us it was a base 64. Let me just verify. Base 64. So we'll go to cipher shift and inputting all this data. I'm gonna do some base 64 decode and see what we get from all this data. So we're waiting for the cipher shift to load. This is a long room, so let's see if we can make it work. Alright, so I'm gonna paste my input in the input, and it's probably gonna take a while because it's 3 point something megabyte. I'm gonna pause the video until it's done. Alright, so after waiting a few good minutes, it kind of succeeded. So what I'm gonna do now is basically say from base 64. From base 64, I'm gonna bake it, and now we are loading output. I'm gonna get a file. I'm gonna then download that and save it as whatever, download.dat. So I'm gonna save that on the yeah, we downloaded it, so I'm gonna open it now. I think it's about time that I close this window, and we have download.dat as the file. Let me just close some of this because it's really slowing down the machine. Maybe a lot of people are using the machine at the moment on TryHackMe. So I'm gonna just take this file out, and now it's the time for us to use the Shellback Explorer. So I'm gonna take the Shellback Explorer again and open it, and I'm gonna pause the video until it's loaded. So the program is loaded. I'm gonna go to File, Load an Offline Hive. Now in Windows Forensics, whenever you are talking about hives, it is about the registry. So the registry is a lot of hives that gives one big registry. That doesn't make any sense, but I think the original story is that someone at Microsoft was really afraid of bees, so they gave it the nickname Hive. You know, load offline Hive. And it seems that nothing happens. So what if I basically just do something like, whoops, drag and drop. No, Eric Zimmerman doesn't make tools like that, I know. So let's see if I can. This is really slow. So it is beginning to become even slower when I use it, which is why this is going to take a lot of time. Let's see if I can load the offline hive. Load the offline hive, Control O. Nope, that was my virtual machine. I'm going to pause the video for just a second and see if I can get this to work.
Alright, I have the Shellbags Explorer.
Alright, so I was forced to watch the video a small time to see what's rocking or not by John Hammond. And it would seem that, you know, this virtual machine just was slow, so I need to reboot it and not reboot it, but I closed everything and began forward, so I spent a few minutes on that. Anyways, I'm gonna take files, load offline hive, go to desktop, pick the download.dat file, which is a decoded file, and now I should get an error. Yes. Alright, so it would seem that, let me just try and rename this if I'm not mistaken. User class.dat. Let me see if this works. No. Alright, I will need to pause the video again and see if we can fix this user class.dat. Alright, so I managed to create a new file. I just kept the original name, download.dat. I'm not sure what went wrong. Maybe it's just a coincidence. So what I'm gonna do is to open this in Shellback Explorer. It looks promising. So we did it. I opened the file in Shellback Explorer. I'm gonna go down now and see, can I get further with the answers? Correct answer. The first question would be, what specific folder name clues us in that this might be public accessible software? It starts with a dot. Alright, so let's look at the structure here. So we have my computer, santarat.zip, bags of toys. Let's look at my computer. Let's go to the desktop, bags of toys. I'll just open everything basically to get an overview. I think I already ran somewhere. Okay. There's a folder.github, which is gonna be probably the answer. Let me just start GitHub. Yep, that is the answer. So you would, it was a guess. So this is all about forensics. Sometimes this question is more like, do you know, could this folder be? Yeah, you know, if you press the hint button, probably got some hints. I don't know what happens. My browser doesn't work. Additionally, they say there's a unique folder named Bag of Toys on the desktop. This must be where Santa prepares his collection of toys. This is certainly sensitive data that the actor could have compromised with the name of the file found in this folder. So it's something, probably a zip file, because I saw one just a minute ago. It's called it's called bag of toys.zip. Let's try that. Bag of toys.zip. No. Bag of toys. Bag of toys.zip. Did I spell it correctly? It would seem that I wrote C instead of S. Alright, so that would be the correct answer. And track down this Santarat software online. This is where we're going to do some GitHub search. I'm gonna go to my GitHub page.com, I think it would be. And they want us to search for something like Santarat. So let's take that word as our search parameter, Santarat. And we got something called Grinch's Santarat and something. 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna take the top one. And what was the question again for this? Oh, sorry. The question was oh, well, there was no question. It just, oh yeah, there is. What is the name of the user that owns the Santarat repository? Probably this guy, Grinchist, whatever. Grinchist. Yeah, that is the guy. Explore the other repositories. What is the name of the repository that seems especially pertinent to our investigation? The name of a very interesting repository. So look at the GitHub again, and just okay. Have nothing to do. One commit, the Grinchist. Let's just look at this guy. Operation Bag of Toys. Planning for the Christmas heist. Let's assume that is the answer. Let's just paste it in. Yeah, so Operation Bag of Toys is this very interesting repository. And then they'd say, what is the name of the executable that installed a unique utility the actor used to collect the bag of toys? So read the information presented in the repository. It seems to. All right. So let's go ahead and read this. And well, I was just watching that, so it would be the same one. The zip file. View raw. No, not view raw. What did this say again? Reading information presented in this repository. It seems the actor has in fact compromised and tampered with Santa's bag of toys. You can review the activity in transcription logs, and if so we need to look at the transcription logs now. Look at the actor installed. So let's go to the virtual machine and open up the transcription logs. Let's try the one that is not enormous large, and then let's look through this. We got some downloading something. Uber what? So they use this tool. Let me just copy it for now. They download this tool from online to the desktop and call this Uber. Maybe that is actually just the answer. Let's just paste that in. No. So now I'm back to the original thing, that copy pasting is an art. You know, if you can do it correctly, you're just a genius. No. Holy moly. Let me see if I can get it this time. And copy. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And that would be the answer. So basically what I did was just look at you basically saying like calling some Microsoft object, download file function, supplying the URL very fast, some online thing, and putting it there, using it. And it seems that we are. Well, yes, that's the question, and the answer is there. So let's scroll down, say, what are the content of these malicious files? Okay, so which files we're talking about? In transcription logs, you can see the activity that the actors actually use to tamper with Santa's bag of toys. It looks like they collected the original content with a UHA archive. It looks like some like. Yeah, it's similar to zip or RAR, so it's faster and better compression rates, but it's very rare to see. It looks like the green enterprises are pulling out all the tricks. You can see the actor compressed the original content back, blah, 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 password. Unfortunately, unable to see with specific password, so we also need a password in the transcription log. Perhaps we can find it elsewhere. Following the actor looks like removed everything from the bag of toys and added in new things. What are the contents of these malicious files? The content. So let's just look through. I think the last transcription log would be my guess right now. So we have the bag of toys that you are creating the archive. Bag of toys, echo Grinch mass to the file of bag of toy call, the value Grinch mass. Alright, so maybe that would be the correct answer. I know this is a long copy pasting again. Let's see, guys. No. Copy paste. Right click 2 times, copy, put that in. So it would seem that, alright, so they mentioned what are the content of these malicious files. So I see that they create the file call, give it the value Grinch mass. They do it again with the mold and the worms. So they're putting the same content inside of the file. So that's gonna be the answer. And let's see, you don't need to, I'm just gonna click this because why not? What is the password to the original bags of toys? don't need to brute force it. So I'm gonna go in a long room, just scroll down a bit here and see if anything pops up. Nope. I'm gonna go back to GitHub and operation bag of toys, where the original repository I looked at. Let's go back to the sans red template. It seems like I need to look at this repository. What did I miss? Let's see. Oh, we have 5 commits. I'm gonna press this. Planning the operation. Let's take the first one. Yeah. Santa stole bag of toys. Password, the Grinch. Typical stuff. Right click, copy. So the password was inside the GitHub repository. The next is how many files were present in Santa's bag of toys. So Max Kitty is able to download the file bags of toys, sorry, UHA archive, and you were. So let's go to the machine. We have it right here, bag of toys. I'm gonna double click it. The network connection to TryHackMe remote server appears to be unstable. Let's hope that this is okay still. Oh, please reconnect. Yeah, we're having some issues with the virtual machines. As you've seen already, this video is really long, so that is why this is gonna take some extra time. I'm very sorry for that. So we are opening the file with the UHA. They are wanting the password. Can we paste it? No, we cannot paste it in. So the password was. So it would seem that I would have to type all this. The Grinchiest Grinch mass of all. And it's camel case, the Grinch, the G-R-I-N, the Grinch, G-R-I-N, C-H-I-E, so let's just C-H-I-E, and to do stuff like S and T. This is going to be really slow. Remember, it's camel case, then it's now Grinch again with a G-R-I-N, the Grin, and CH mass, so CH mass, and then the last of all. I can remember that, of all, and cross my fingers I typed it correctly. I did. So now we get a lot of files, and I can see that it's model aircraft, set of block. So it looks like Santa's original bag of toys. There are 228 files. I'm gonna go back to the room and write 228 and press submit, and hooray, we answered the question. Now I didn't get a completion for this room, so did I forget to press any buttons or answers? So many of them. Let me just see. It would seem that I am done. Just no completion this time. So I want to apologize for the long video. We did have some issues with the spun up virtual machine. I'm gonna shut it down now by closing the tab, closing the other tabs, basically press terminate on the machine. And I really hope that you like this video. If you like my video, please consider to subscribe to my channel. If any questions, leave the comment below. I'm gonna get back to you. So until next time, bye.